Hello there, welcome to iAtZine's first Let's Play of Dark Souls. Let's get into it then, shall we? I'm not going to use an old character, I'm literally going to start from the beginning this time. So, sex will be... doesn't matter, class... what should we go for? Probably a warrior. I do like the strong types, although knights are usually quite good. Old Witch's Ring, not terribly good. Master Key is almost cheating. Binoculars is quite useful. By the way, this item, if you're looking at it, it says HP recovers slowly is not true. It just boosts your HP slightly, your maximum HP slightly. So it's probably better to take the Old Witch's Ring, which you'll discover its use later, hopefully. Right, this doesn't actually make any difference to your maneuverability, so you might as well just be average. So, which one looks the least crazed? Yeah, that one looks okay. Just quickly skip through them and try and find something worth using. Long hair on a dude? Semi-long. Yeah, we look like a Final Fantasy type character, that'll do. Colour of hair? Do they have something final? Yeah, bluish. Is that purple? Yeah, purple. There we go. We're never going to see it anyway. Well, I hope we aren't. Right, what should we name our character? Yeah, no, I gathered that. Thanks, game. Killermageddon. Yep, that'll do. Is it a good name? No. Will it do? Absolutely. Might as well start off on the right foot. But I hope you don't mind if I skip.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed.
If I skip these sequences, I have seen them an awful lot, and to be fair, it basically doesn't explain any of the plot as far as I understand it. It basically says somebody's got to link the fires. Well, everyone's cursed, so you're screwed. Give up. Again, she was just going to say, yeah, you're stuck in here. Good luck. Right, so we're going to pillage this corpse, take the key. Right, what weaponry and items do we have? We have basically nothing. Yep, that's about the size of it. We might as well equip our sword into both hands. I say sword. Our sword stub into both hands. Can we actually smash any of these? Yeah, we can smash some of them. Right, let's get this open. And creep forward. Read message. Yep, it's just telling you what the controls are. Well, we do some damage with this stub of a thing. Can we backstab with this thing? You can backstab with the stub of a hilt. Well, who'd have thunk it? Well, I wouldn't, certainly. What's it say? Yep, target. You can target things that are useful. There's not much point killing these dudes because they offer 0 resistance. But I suppose they do give you souls. Can you level up at this point? I mean... no. Of course, it's Demon Souls where you can spend them more willy-nilly. Oh wait, no, hold on. No, you still have to talk to the lady. I'm completely wrong. Rest of the bonfire. Yep, well, we're lighting bonfires because the plan is to link them all. That doesn't necessarily mean... Right. Resting the bonfire regenerates your HP. Naturally your stamina, because your stamina regenerates just as soon as you stand still. If you haven't played this game before, now might be a good time to learn the run away button. You can, in fact, defeat this situation. Read message. Get away! Yep. You can defeat him with this sword hilt stub thing, but you have to be well practiced, I should say. Another bonfire. More common here than anywhere else, and probably never see two that close again. Get your shield! Well, yeah, that might be a touch helpful. Pillage corpse, heater shield. It's a bit crap, but at least it's fairly easy to parry with because of it's so fast. But you'll generally just want to hold it up. I don't know if you'll be able to parry arrows. I don't think I can. Not even going to try. Pillage sword, long sword, yay! Right, so long sword, one hand. We are now pretty much sorted for looking badass. Unfortunately, that isn't the measure of a good Dark Souls character. Really, being able to kill things is a better measure. Forward! Until dawn! Wait, no. Those things always creep me out because they generally mean you're going to die very soon. Yep, you've got roll or backstep. You will need those a lot. Right, now we come down to that later. I don't think there's anything down this corridor, no. So we'll sprint off this way. I'm surprised my frame rate's so low. But still, whoop, that should have triggered the rolling ball. You can probably tell I've played this game before. And now this guy's a cutscene. Oh, you're not hollow.
I'll die.
What's your decision? Yep.
Regrettably.
Yep. Here, go. Have health. Oh. And a key to get out. Well, that's what we wanted. I'm not going to listen to him. Basically, he just says, if you heard that, he's just committed suicide. Lovely. Absolutely what we wanted. Can't level up. Naturally, because we haven't even discovered that yet. Hopefully there'll be more things to kill up here. And we'll also learn to parry, hopefully. Well, I say learn to parry. Learn to parry with this shield. Because the parrying mechanics in this game outpace them than the second game, I should say. Because they're actually repeatable and work, in my opinion. But at the same time, every shield has a different parry timing. That's a riposte, by the way. Which means that I've successfully parried him at least. These guys, I mean, you can't really parry a bow and arrow, can you? Well, maybe you can. So, I know there are some people to whom parrying is just an art. Oh, you dead? What a shame. Unfortunately, we haven't got the key to this, and we're not going to get the key to this anytime soon. So let's go and face that guy in the courtyard I didn't kill earlier. And first things first, through the white light. And now the best way to take him on is to have this in two hands and do a jumping heavy attack. Or miss completely, because, you know, that also works. Ooh, back up. Watch out for his slammy things, and we should probably actually take a drink. Yeah, no, mate, this is not working. I'm sorry. No, I don't want that. Thank you. I want my sword back out. Just hack at his tail until he dies. One of the things that you need to know is dodging gives you iframes, so you need to do it. But you need to keep your stamina high enough that you can still dodge when you need to. So go in for a couple of hits, but never forget to dodge. This guy is far easier than the guy beneath his feet, so be careful if you do, well, when you do come back here, because you will have to at some point. Did you see how his attack went through me and I didn't take damage? Because it's not a magic attack, and I was dodging. Unfortunately, I was dodging that time too, so that was... You know, your iframes are limited. You have to be very careful with the timing on them. Also, with your stamina. Learning the pattern is entirely how you defeat them. Oh! Took that one on the face, and he's dead. I'll drink my Estus flask, I might as well. Big Pilgrim's Key. Okay, victory achieved. He gave you just humanity. Well, I don't want humanity. I never use humanity. I know you should. I know it's useful. But I'm a loner. I like playing on my own. Well, you just slay a huge demon and you're struggling with a door. Maybe the game should have just put like an endless corridor of doors in front of you. It would have just... You'd have given up before you hit the other end. That would be entertaining. Dark Souls, corridor of doors. Now with varying types of door and keys. Including pass cards. Can you find the red pass card? Now in your box of Cheerios. Because it's Cheerio DLC. This is a bit odd. You just have to run up to the cliff and then the crow will say, "Do you want to live, mate?" And you'll be like, "Yeah, whatever."
One day an
Well,
undead shall be chosen.
he doesn't so much ask. Not politely, I must say.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage. To the
Pilgrimage.
land of the ancient lords.
Suppose you could call it that. I'd call it abducting,
Lord
kidnapping by a crow. Whatever, same difference. Come on, matey boots, put me down. I've got things to do today. Mostly slay a dragon. Well, at least lop his tail off by cheating. Well, I'm not sure you can call it cheating when it's a legitimate strategy. It's a legitimate strategy, I tell you. Right, we'll get our Estus flask back and level up if we can. Right, anyone who tells you vitality is not worth taking is probably not paying enough attention to stats. Endurance is brilliant because that increases your stamina. You definitely need that. And strength is great because I intend to go for a strength build, i.e. a build using probably the Claymore. Claymore plus 10? Or whatever. That will continue to get damage buff by strength. Why? Because then you've got constant source of being able to level up just by spending souls. This guy's a dick. Just ignore him.
Well, there are
2 bells of awakening. You've got to ring them, because otherwise we're all screwed. Hey, guess what? We're screwed anyway. This is us being screwed. That is another player, by the way. Naturally, I can't really interact with him, but whatever. Steal this humanity. Very tasty. There are other routes and corridors and methods around here. Read message. Gesture. Yep. So I can... I mean, when I get Praise the Sun, I might actually use the gesture feature, but probably not till then. No, I'm not interested in you. Unless you're going to give me stuff, which you won't. Because you're a bit of a dick. Right, up here. No, he's a pious dick at least. There's a thing to get there. I mean, we can't really get onto those structures until we can go up the lift. And we can't go up the lift. Well, not yet at least. We can come down here. Whoop. Roll out of it. Still took a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. Right, one of these is the cracked red eye orb, which I don't want because it's just used for PvP type stuff. However, one of these is useful stuff, I think. Homeward Bone, there we go. That's an emergency teleport out because you got into the wrong place type of doohickey. And Lloyd's Talisman. I cannot for the life of me remember what I used that for, but I do remember I want one. Right, now, first things first, running through here. Large Soul of Lost Undead. Good-o. It's something in here. Right, you can't kill... Whoa, 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 whoa. You can't kill those things until you've got a blunt, magical doohickey. But on the other hand, it doesn't matter if you die when you're taking items. So that's a good thing. I'm just going in for the items. To be honest, I'd have liked to have got the Zweihander going in there, but never mind. Right, so now items. Winged Spear is probably better than what I'm using in the overall. I should have used a much better name than that. Oh no, minus 62 physical damage. Okay, that is odd. Oh, probably, yeah, it's got an equip requirement I don't meet. Oh, well, we'll meet that eventually. What is it I need? Strength? Yeah, I need another point of strength. Oh, good. Yes, that's exactly a good problem. No, wait, 13 strength. Oh, is that next dexterity? Right, okay, I need a few more points of dexterity. Well, it's always useful to boost your dexterity in the long run. I know there are binoculars down there. I'm not going to take them because I'm not in such a place that I need to look where I'm going. Well, I say that. What I mean is I'm not going to look where I'm going. I'm just going to jump. If I die, I die. I love doing that, even though it's completely unnecessary. Come on, matey boots. Yeah, the guys up above are a bit of a pain. When I say a bit of a pain, I mean absolute pain in the dick. Oh well, that's going to be the world's easiest life recovery. And we'll actually get some for this one. Note to self. Stop faffing around. No, 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 no. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Estus flask is best flask. Now, if you're not hugging up against them, you're never going to get parry on. Something I learned from a video somewhere. It's actually quite important. So if you can't get in there because you're worried about, say, guys throwing bombs, it would be a good idea not to get in there just yet. However, you can often block against the guys throwing bombs with a shield, which doesn't necessarily make sense. Now I find that the axe guys are generally too quick for me to take with my current method. Well, for me to parry. Doesn't mean they're too quick overall, just I can't parry the sods. Love the sound effect to that. Take this thing, Soul of Lost Undead. Right, next thing's next. We're going to get naked. Woo! But unfortunately, our equipment slows us down. If you look at our dodging now, it's the fastest type, or it should be. So now we run and jump. Okay, that was bad. I may not actually have been on the fastest type of dodge. I should be, though. Maybe if I de-equip my... No, it wasn't the fastest type. I must have just mistimed that jump. It's so easy to do. I'm not going to bother equipping my equipment. It's not going to save me from these respawned guys. Come on. Oh, yep. The other thing is, don't be too eager. Just because you're impatient doesn't mean that they're not going to hit you. Impatience certainly isn't a virtue. Well, that guy's past them. Problem, of course, is being very, very sneaky and not falling off. Village Corpse, Ring of Sacrifice. Now that means that once we've got a good amount of souls, we can come back, we can put the Ring of Sacrifice on, and should we die, we keep the souls with us. And then, you know, take it off again once we've managed to use them up. Right, so ready, steady, you run and jump. Ooh. Right, now, next thing's next. Drink a potion and take that one down. And another one bites the dust. Right, that was good. I have no idea about creatures up above, so I'm going to have to equip these rather quickly. Actually, quick swapping stuff from the inventory does become quite a useful skill later on. You may want to be able to do it. Probably a bit difficult to explain why at this juncture, but you'll see. Mostly because you're going to want to do those naked jumps at times when there are, say, bosses around. Moonlight Butterfly would be one of those. Unless you've got the right equipment, you're going to need to be naked to dodge under their beams. Well, mostly dodge under them, sometimes iframe through them. If you can get the dodge correct. Right, is there a bonfire around here somewhere? Yeah, probably. It's a good thing it doesn't take that long to kill these guys. Hey, I did it. Don't usually even try on those. Battle Axe. I'll look at the stats, but generally they're not better. It is better. By how much? It says by plus 15. That's pretty good. However, it does change the swing speed and weapons weight. And you can't... I mean, the attack types are swing and heavy swing. I would rather the lunging of, say... Well, I can't use the spear yet, because that would be brilliant. But the longsword as swing and lunge, and that lunge, the extra length you get on it means that you can stay a long way back, which personally I think is more valuable than the extra damage. Alley-up. That's a falling attack that I was trying to do on the first guy, but the first demon, but managed to miss it. These guys are predictable. That doesn't mean easy. Not the same thing. But they are, at least, you know where they're going to be. Try ranged battle. No. Read message. Lying in ambush. Yep, they're on the edge over here. You can shoot them down if you've got something to shoot them with. Rubbish! Well, you can give that to a crow and get something not rubbish with it. However, you can't do that just yet. So, anything else down here I haven't taken? There usually is. So usually. I'm pretty sure there is, but I can't remember where it is. I think there's a place you can jump down to from above. Up we go, ever so slowly. Yeah, certainly there you can get to, but fuck me if I can remember how. Manatee. Thanks, but like I said, I never use it. Doesn't matter how you go over there. Right now, over here, behind these crates, is definitely something else. Right now, dropped out. What we got here? Large soul of lost undead. All of these can be crushed to turn them into extra souls. However, you do have to do this route several times, so it did seem easier to just clear it first time through. Onwards and that away. Don't worry about the guys throwing bombs from overhead. They're not going away anytime soon, so why worry about them? Right, we're going to continue to explore. There will be a guy over here. Ah, no, it's not those guys who aren't going away, it's the guys in the next section, I think. While these guys you don't need to practice that with, they don't hurt you enough to make it that threatening to practice with them, so you're probably better off practicing that now rather than dying later. Right, now the white light doesn't always mean a boss. If it doesn't go away and it traps you in, then it may mean a boss. But this light's gone away, so we're probably safe. I know we're safe actually, but you see the logic. If this is your first playthrough, you would want to keep that in mind. Now we are going up. We can't jump across there. It looks like you can. You can't. Don't fret. This bit's quite good. Okay, Drake, I think. And then of course, people trying to lob a scimitar at you. It's interesting to note that you don't get invincibility frames while parrying someone else. So if one of them decides to attack mid-animation, that is your own fault. You should have known better. That doesn't mean I'm not going to die to it. I'm certainly not saying it's impossible or hard to die to. It's just, it is what it is. I'm sure you can parry those bow guys. Right, in here we will find our first checkpoint. And now we can probably still afford to buy upgrades. Yep. Right, what should be the next one? Probably Dex might help, but not at this stage. Let's go for health. I'm not going to kindle this bonfire. I think 5 Estus flasks is enough for now. Unfortunately, or fairly obviously, everything respawns. Kicking them off the cliffs though is just brilliant. Oh well, taking a lot of damage here. Not paying enough attention. Let's try and get a backstab in. Backstab! They're so slow, they're not hard to backstab. Parried too late, but that wasn't the end of the world. These spear guys, if you can parry them, you will save yourself a lot of hurt. However, sometimes they just won't attack unless you do first. Yep, that saved us a little bit of trouble. Don't forget about your stamina. The other thing, of course, is you can kick them off balance if you get bored waiting. Oh, I love smashing things. Probably why I like the Lego game so much. They just basically smash all the things. Oh look, here's money for smashing things. I mean, how could you hate that? The only thing I wish they had was like a hardcore mode or permadeath mode or something. That would be interesting. Right, here is your first vendor.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about. Then you are I trade for some.
Now, it is often useful to buy certain things from this guy. Bottomless box allowing you to sort your inventory is extremely helpful. Residence key, however, in this case is what we will be buying. Unless, of course, we can afford something magic. No, that's what we need at the moment.
Thank you kindly.
You can talk to him to get more lore and such, but not worth it at the moment. I mean, there are people who do level 1 runs of this game, as in they never use the level up feature, which to me seems quite silly. I mean, it just shows their level of skill at never getting hit, which I suppose is the objective of the game, but oop, don't forget that step, like I forgot completely. And that's the reason I like this sword. You can go for a penetrating lunge first and then switch into a side swing and take more than one guy on at once, whereas all of the axe attacks are swings. Don't worry, however, there are quite a few good one or two-handed swords. Throwing knife, good. Read message, try jumping. This one actually isn't joking. I mean, a lot of them are like, try jumping, oh look, you're dead. But this one, seriously, there is a place you can get to by jumping. However, most of the containers don't contain anything. However, village corpse, light crossbow and stand crossbow bolts. We will need some form of ranged weaponry like that later. Well, if we want to steal the Hellkite Drake's tail without actually doing any effort in it. Oh, he's dead already. Hollow warrior armor. Well, no. I think my armor's already better because I started as a warrior. Couldn't actually see anything because of the explosions then. I thought I was behind him. You do have to be in a very narrow corridor for it to count. And unfortunately, they can turn their feet within their own standing base. And it's the back of the standing base you have to be at, so it's very difficult to make sure that you're just exactly behind them. Well, righty, I'm not going to bother using Nestor's Flask because we fully recover when we use the bonfire, but I am going to move forward from here. Again, if you can look up, you can see the ladder we're going to have to catch later. Good idea to know how to dodge. It's also a good idea to know how to put them off their guard. Right now there are enemies throwing fire bombs up there. Whoop! Look, mate. This is not what I wanted to do today. Fighting you. I would have avoided you entirely if I could have done. Right, so the best way to get through here is just run! In literally using your stamina to sprint. Then watch out for the leaper. I think you do actually get some iframes while using backstab. Oh, judged it too early. Come on, I've got to practice. Nope, too late. And now I can't practice on him anymore. Shame. You don't actually need to clear out all these buildings, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to. Those guys with the short swords are really easy because their striking time is easy to time. And usually I get it late if I get it wrong. I mean, now this is quite useful, especially for the first boss we're going to come up against. Oh wait, no, not this one. There's another one. Black Firebomb. Well, it can be useful against Taurus Demon. However, what I was really thinking of is the sap. Is it called sap? I think so. Right, now watch out for the thrower. Don't forget, if you run out of stamina, you can't block. Glug glug. Yep, probably should have saved some Estus, but never mind. If we go up there, there may be something. Then certainly these guys use firebombs, so they'll probably have firebombs for us. Naturally, you can kick them off the edge. The problem is you then don't get their loot, if they have any. So you know. It takes different strokes, especially for these folks. Down we go. Right, now the residence key we bought should fit this door. There we go. And now we can get the killing the Taurus demon easier stuff. Because he is weak. Gold pine resin, that's it. He is weak to lightning. Gold pine resin gives you lightning when you apply it to your weapon. Not for long, but for long enough to generally kill the Taurus demon. Right, now there is an archer at the top of these. Luckily you start off below him, so... Did he drop anything? No, he didn't. Always easier to kick them than to try and parry. Right, one at a time please. Single file. Yep, there we go. Quite hard to parry these guys, especially when they're beneath you, because you have to... Parrying seems to actually require your shield to be in the correct place. Well, we've got another longsword. I mean, technically I think we could dual wield or something, but... See, that wasn't a backstab, but that one was. And the difference was in the minute. Now, this next bit could be called cheating, because it sort of is. The point, however, is that this guy is bastard hard. And we want the object he's guarding. However, if you can parry him, you can take him down, and then he will drop some quite useful stuff for later. But we didn't. We didn't lose a lot, souls-wise. I mean, 1800 is probably a lot early on, but I'm not that worried. What we did achieve, however, don't need the old witch's ring, boosts death when HP is low. So when you do get to low HP, you can be sorted, at least for a little bit. Unfortunately, like most games of Dark Souls, my patience wears thin faster than it ought. And so I end up making sloppy mistakes. And then later on, thanks to practice, I start getting better even playing sloppily. So don't lose hope when you find that you're playing sloppier than you were. Oh, come on, mate. This is not... There we go. I'm not going to go in there. Again, there's not a lot of point. I'm going to try and avoid having to kill the guys up above, but you do really have to kill these guys. What? I did not click either of those buttons. I have no idea how I managed to get de-equipped so efficiently. Well, that wasn't my plan, but whatever, that healed. Healing's healing. You do have to kill this one, because otherwise he will snipe you. However, you can slash him in the legs, because he can't aim down that far. Light crossbow. Well, we've got one, but whatever. Might as well have two. Now you can get a dropping attack from here. However, it always feels a bit cheap to me. At least to try and kill the Black Knight with it. Feels a bit cheap. Oh, that was me. That was my timing. Well, he's already dead. We don't have a lot of health here. So I really shouldn't be taking on the Black Knight, but hey! Crazy people do crazy things. He will always try for the shield thing first. And then you can just get in on him. He didn't try the shield thing first. Well, whatever. You know, establish a pattern and stick to it, mate. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of stamina to block his attacks because they're so high damage. Oh! So you do have to be very careful, especially however, if you can get a backstab in, can you see how I'm glowing because my defense is increased due to my ring? That's important. Now, while you're blocking, your stamina will not go up. Well, it will, just not fast enough for you to get much advantage of it. Careful with his... You always want to be running onto his shield side if you can. Oh! Don't forget, if you queue up attacks... Ooh, crud. Try and get him to... Oh dear. Well, maybe it's time to go kill the Taurus demon and come back when we've got a slightly more powerful weapon. Not that worried. We could have taken him though, if I hadn't pressed the wrong button. Why are my weapons de-equipped? Something fishy is going on. Maybe a bug with the new Steam update version, or I don't know. Someone having some kind of... Well, that wasn't terribly difficult. The difficulty with the Black Knights is you can take them out fairly easily. If you can backstab them, good luck though. Because they do not conform to any kind of obvious, easy to backstab footing. They're all dead. Why does it keep switching? It's as if it presses all the D-pad buttons once when I die. Look, so if I press that, that switches to humanity. That's got to be a bug. Leaping attack, they're extremely useful. Okay, it's just done it again. Something is wrong with this. Take that. Now, naturally, we have to go up and kill this dude. We're gonna get another one. Oh no, a hat. Well, hats ain't so bad. Oh, careful not to get killed. Didn't realise he did a 3-swing combo. I thought he did a 2. Oh, never mind. This is probably not going to be a run onto the Taurus demon because I usually need more health than that to take him down. In fact, as it turns out, I got caned by the standard boring guys. Who are both standard and boring. Vector's rapier. Stop showing me stuff I don't have. I mean, maybe I'll get them, but you don't know that. Yeah, if you could just go away forever. Thank you. Helpful, but not helpful enough. Is that good dude gonna come over here? You want some, mate? I'll have you. Not even break a sweat. Oh, not this dude too. Well, whatever. Shit happens. There we go. Right, now sprint past all the exploding junk and then get ready for a fight. Ran just out of stamina just as they ran out of health. Pretty good timing, but I do need a lot more stamina, or at least the grass shield, which gives you stamina regen. The heavy jumping attack, by the way, looks impressive. Not really useful versus more than one foe. Yeah, stop throwing stuff at me. I know, I'm not going your way anyway. Hack his legs off. You do get a lot faster at these sections, considering you sometimes have to do them a lot. Seriously, where the frick did you come from? Oh, he's probably one of the bomb throwers. Thank you very much. Also, goodbye. Right, now I do think it's probably best not to go kill a Black Knight just yet. We can get more equipment later. You see that thing up there? It would be a good idea to trigger it and then run away. Oh no, I'm triggered. Oh, he certainly is. He's also dead. If you have the keychain, you can go down there. Don't know, because Havel's down there, and unless you've actually got some much better equipment than I'm using now, you're going to be in for a bit of a shock. You can, however, just parry and murder Havel if you're really, really good, which is how the sort of one-hit players play. Now we're coming across the Taurus Demon. I am probably not going to take him out on my first shot, because he does feel like there's some randomness to his strategy. I.e., it's a bit random. His hitboxing, I'd say, is the thing I find most inconsistent. Sometimes I can roll between his legs, other times I can't. Sometimes he takes hits where I think he will, and other times they're completely different, so just be aware of that. Holo Soldier Helm. This is why we need that bottomless box. Should really have gone back and got it, but never mind. And now there are two schools of thought on the best way of doing this. One is to leap down onto him from the top of up there, using a plunging attack to get the most damage on him. My personal favourite is to pull him up there and have enough space to actually combat him in. Unequip, unequip, unequip. The only thing we really want here is the gold pine resin, so that we can switch directly. Oh, and the other thing you really need to be aware of, the second you trigger him coming down from that parapet, you need to run back again. Because the dude is an arse. Ooh. Carefully, carefully. There's no sort of cutscene to tell you he's coming, really. There he is, run away. If you want to get up there, you need to absolutely cane it. He will wait at the bottom for a bit, but if he hits you on your way up, you're a bit screwed. So now we can wait up here for him to come up, and then we've got a much wider area up than that bridge to fight him in. Come on, into the middle, mate. Don't forget your stamina. Whoa, dude. Oh, and he took me out. I had actually hit roll there, but I think, again, that's... I couldn't go between his legs like I should have been able to. Whether that was because of his position or mine, I don't know. We'll just give it another decent try. Maybe with more health potions this time, although as you know, they weren't that much use last time. Usually I would have used the chance I had to get some health, but I thought I might make it without doing that. Or at least doing that immediately. Chip away at them from the distance. Don't expect to parry the Taurus Demon, by the way. I don't really think that's happening. The other thing, of course, means that you can recover your... because we were up on that parapet, we can recover our souls and our humanity before we fight him again. We don't have to try and do it mid-fight, which is often a bonus. Dang it, I thought I was far enough away from him. Evidently not, as he proved with his axe in my skull. Right, is there a guy up there? There is. Well, if he wants to come get me, he can come down. I'm not going up to him. Certainly not since he could just drop those things down the ladder, probably. I mean, all the behaviours are pre-programmed, but some of them are very cunning. You coming down? Yes, you are. Since you're on a ladder, I might as well take advantage of your unprepared position. Anything on you? No. That guy doesn't always come down, but if he's going to, it helps to know. Sort of missed there, but oh well, so long as the game doesn't think so. It's easier to get the first hit in after a kick if it's the quick hit, and then the slower one after that. Now, the trap doesn't respawn, but this guy does. Again, the guys at the top of the parapet that we have to clear out will have respawned, but hey, what are you going to do? As you can see, this thing stays there. That means this is a boss. Taurus Demon, however, resets, which is something you want, because if he didn't, that would be a bit tricky. I mean, he'd be waiting up here for us. It doesn't mean none of the bosses ever don't reset. Well, that seems like a good opportunity to use an Estus Flask. Now grab this thing. You can actually fight. If you do the plunging attack on the Taurus Demon, you can sometimes lead him away down, lead him away from the ladder, and then dodge your way back towards the ladder and get back up it again. You have to be pretty nippy to do that though, and it's not a strategy I've ever managed. I wouldn't say it's not a strategy I could ever manage, but at this early stage of the game, I mean, it seems like more like a New Game Plus ideal strategy. Here he comes. You can block his attacks, naturally. You can see the gold prime resin doing its work there. Luckily... that must have been because I was dodging through his attack. Drink when you can. That should have been a side dodge. Forward dodge. Clearly, it's just that all these years I've been dodging in the wrong directions. If he's swinging forward, you dodge sideways. If he's swinging sideways, you dodge forward. Well, I guess that should have been self-evident. Whatever, he's dead now, and I'm not. Demon Great Axe. Oh, the first time I got this I was like, oh my god, it's so good, and then you looked at the required stats and you're like, I'm never going to get to use that. 46 strength. I mean, if you wield a single-handed weapon, as this is, in two hands, you get double your strength attribution, so I would be at 28. But still, 28 versus 46? Not the same. Well, Taurus Demon is dead, and we're about 56-ish minutes into the video. I'm just going to get to the next bonfire, and then I'll leave it there. Right, so onwards and through the place that he came from. What are these guys saying? I did it. Yes, we did. We both did. Well, now, there are some treasures about here that I've yet to find out how you collect them. Because they're like in the windows. You're going to have to have fallen down from the parapet above. But I actually have no idea how to get up there. Ooh, almost missed that. These are the reasons why I do bother smashing stuff. Because it's not that you literally never get them, it's just that they're rare. Right, now the first thing to do is... Can we open this door? No, it's locked. Yep. Let's go this way and talk to Knight Solaire of Artorias. No, Knight Solaire of Astoria, sorry. Almost said something terrible there. Well, no, I did. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astoria, due unto the Lord of Sunlight. Now I am undead, I have come to this great land, birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own. Do you find that strange? Where you should no need to hide your reaction and get that look all the time? Ha ha ha. Yep. No, I want to talk to Solaire. I want to learn the gesture.
Oh, I have a... The way I...
He wants you to join his coven. There's really no reason not to at this point.
The flood, there's no... But use this to summoning, of course, but I...
And summoning him to take out the bell golem's actually quite helpful. Oh, come on, talk to me.
Hello there.
Oh wait, yeah, I should have realised. Toggle. Oh wait, no. Shouldn't he be teaching me? Oh, right. Maybe that's later. Right, now this next bit is... Can't think of a better word for it. Quite harrowing. This, when the dragon isn't there, the first run you get is going to be your best opportunity to get down there before you get incinerated, I think. So, give it all you got. And, well, yeah, follow my lead. Do not listen to these guys. Do not give a crap. There we go. And we only took a little bit of horrible, horrible damage. When he comes back the other way, you can take a lot worse damage. Right now, this is the ladder that I said you could kick down earlier. So we'll kick that down, climb down it, B button to slide down. Rest of the bonfire, and level up. Right, what do we want? Vitality, definitely. Endurance, definitely. We'll take some more strength, and we also need some dex. How much dex did I need for that? That's actually a good point. Let's check. Pause. Winged spear. Yep, I know. It's only going to be my second weapon anyway. 15, so let's... Oh, come on. Oh yeah, still in the menu, that's why. Level up. Dex to 15, then Vitality, Strength, Endurance. What else can we afford? It's more Vitality and Endurance, and that about does it. Straight 15 in the stats I care about. And that's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, that would help me out a lot. Let me know what you thought in the comments or by tweeting @IatZine. And if you want to see more videos in the future, don't forget to subscribe. My name is James. I hope to see you next time.